But one thing that I want to see out of Jeff, I want to see Jeff hit that microphone with the same enthusiasm that Chris Mack did. Chris Mack hit that microphone and said this was his dream job, and this is where he wants to be, and this is where he's going to retire. And then if Jeff has that much enthusiasm, and this is absolutely where he wants to be, I will totally support Jeff through thick or thin.
So your biggest concern is he thinks about this as a stepping stone too?
I don't know if it's a stepping stone, but it's a weird vibe that I got that he's not as excited about our job as Chris was. I mean, Chris's enthusiasm and his seriousness was just off the chain, and we can be 15-15 the next 3 years, and I will be a Chris Mack fan because I watched Chris Mack's team after one day of practice the other day block out and a rebound hit the floor.
I remember.
Off of one day of practice, and I've never seen a team go to work and improve that much off of one game. So I know Chris is going to get it done when he gets the players. I can wait. I love the guy. I know his wife real well. She's a Shively girl. I'm a Shively boy. She used to help me coach basketball at St. Denis, and Christy is just an absolute sweetheart, and I'm so glad that she's the first lady of Louisville basketball now because she's just great people. But I want to see Jeff with that same enthusiasm that Chris has got, and I would be absolutely happy with that and support him through thick or thin. But I've got to make this point. If Brent Venables wants this job, if Brent Venables wants this job, Vince gets on a plane, flies to Clemson, picks him up, and whatever great coaching staff he can put together, and you have instant credibility. You have instant recruiting. You have an instant rivalry with the best team in the league. You have a proven coach, and it would be just the A-plus hire off the charts. If that guy has made contact with
Christy's
Vince,
going to be so mad. No, that's Maxwell. The Brown family's going to be so mad at you for saying that.
I'm so sorry, man. I love the Brown family. I love every one of them. And I would be so happy with Jeff. But, man, you're talking Brent Venables, man. You're talking about a guy that can get the best recruits. He's in the area where all of our recruits are down south. Instant credibility. I mean, instant rivalry. Just everything about Brent Venables is just freaking top-notch, regardless of what you got to pay him. Brent Venables is a can't miss. You can't miss. Brent Venables is a Rick Pitino type hire. I mean, if you can get Brent Venables, and I do not want to hurt Jeff's feelings at all.
Right.
Because I love me some Jeff Brom. But I'm telling you, man, if Brent Venables wants to come to Louisville and he's willing to listen, man, you better sit down and take advantage of that because that's instant credibility. That if Jeff Brahms comes, that's big news in this area. If Brent Venables comes, that's big news all across the country. That is instant recruiting. It's instant credibility. You're back. You're back on top. You're back headed to the top. I love that guy. I love the intensity that he coaches with. They got to grab him and hold him off the field, and he's carrying on, and just I just love me Brent Venables. But I don't think we can possibly get it done. But listening to you guys earlier, I think maybe you all said that he said that he would listen or something like that. I haven't heard that yet.
Andy, listen, I appreciate the call. First and foremost, Andy. Yeah, first time callers. First time callers. Jump off the clip. Second of all, Andy's energy changed when you start talking about the name Brent Venables.
Here's the thing, man. I don't totally disagree with what Andy was saying in the
press conference.
That feels weird saying that.
Andy was right on point with what he was saying as far as this thing. You don't want to say this needs to be handled with kid gloves.
Yeah.
But legacies are on the line, or the beginning of legacies
are on
the line here. So you really want to listen. between Vince Tyree, the AD, and Jeff Brom. People think you can just stomp over, yeah, I want to be here, you don't. Hey, if you don't want us, just tell us you don't want us and we'll move along. No, everybody has to handle this thing, the schools they're at. Because here's the thing.
Yeah.
The landscape changes, right? You don't leave Purdue on a bad taste in your mouth. Think about this. The way Bobby Petrino left Atlanta sticks with us.
Yes.
5 years. 5 years before he got here, he left Atlanta in a bad way, and it stuck to Louisville.
Yeah.
Jeff Brom, if coming here, has to appreciate that everything he says in a 2018 Twitterverse world, right?
Yeah.
Every move and every statement, every comment. And I mean, people still bring up the one time you said you didn't want to do this and then you changed your mind later on. And what is it? Hot takes exposed.
Yeah.
Everything you say, people go back in years and then they call you a hypocrite for something you said when you were 31 and now you're 41. 10 years is a long time, right?
Yes.
But once you go on somebody's Twitter, 5 years is nothing.
No, absolutely not.
2014, you said, blah, 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 right? Yeah. And people will say, you're a hypocrite because you said, I don't want to leave Western Kentucky.
Yeah.
5 years later, you leave Western Kentucky. Oh, this guy's a liar. So my point is, Andy, everybody, everybody listening, my point is, everybody has to be so kid gloves with their legacy that there's a lot more going on than just either, hey, if you want us or you don't, and Venables, if you want us or you don't. Because if Venables talks to Louisville, or it gets known that he talked to Louisville, or it gets known that Vince Tyree talked to Venables, and then Jeff Brom got mad, or you know what I'm saying? Like all these things they're a lot more kid gloves than people are appreciating.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I agree with his point too. I think Jeff Brom will have a similar. The Chris Mack press conference was
spoiled everybody.
It was surreal a little bit.
It spoiled this entire fan base
because it was like, I mean, I remember going there and it felt like you were there for a party, like a celebration. I mean, they were selling drinks. They were like, everybody was mingling. We're sitting back, then they come in with his family. And I mean, it's a big thing and it's in the Yum Center and the windows. You're overlooking the Ohio River.
First question I ever asked at a press conference.
Yeah. I mean, like it did. It felt like, man, this is surreal. The team standing over there. I think the Jeff Brom press conference will be something similar. I do think that they'll do something similar with it.
And you know what was the best part? It was all this celebration, right?
Yeah.
But the way he looked at those players, like, y'all are mine now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So we were like, this is all cute and this is all fun and games.
Yeah.
That first practice and that first meeting, it was like, boy, everything's funny and fun and games, and y'all get to enjoy all this good energy from the public.
Yeah.
But boy, when I get my hands on you,
oh yeah, no, I did.
And listen, and if Jeff Brom takes this situation, boy, it's cute now.
Yeah.
You get in there and get on Twitter and you think it's funny right now.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna have a coach that, boy, he's reading all that too.
Yeah.
And he's gonna, when he comes in and snatches all that social media right off. Look, the honeymoon with the players is going to be over quick when he starts tightening up that axe.
But if we're in the PNC club or something overlooking the football field, over the glass all up on there, and you got and you got the balloons and you got all the media and the team, and you get Jeff Brom in there up on a stage, and he's like, and he's talking about, I have so much pride for that logo, and what I've saw in the last year
makes me sick to my
stomach. Me sick. You're going to go, oh my God, here we go.
No, and then he's gonna say, you know what? Press conference over. I got work to do. Everybody go home.
No.
And you know what we're gonna do? Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see you for the Notre Dame game.
Yes. You'll sell season tickets like that.
But think about it. That's all you have to do.
People will leave that press conference and go buy season tickets.
You players made me sick. You fans made me sick. You boosters made me sick. Let's go get ready to win some football. I'll see you at Notre Dame. Everything's closed.
Yeah. I would take my shirt off.
Listen, you didn't have a show until Steve threatened to do something.
Can somebody get Rummage out of here? Why is he sitting naked at a press conference?
Brian, let's hit this hour. You know you don't have a show.
Hell, I don't know why I'm naked.
Until Steve.
Why am I? You answer the question for me.
Until Steve.
Why don't I have pants on?
Goes vulgar. You have not started your show.
I don't know why I don't have pants on. I'm just excited for. I don't know. He said something about get ready for Notre Dame.
There's at least one more hour.
I got jacked up.
Of Steve Rummage and his nakedness once Jeff Brom kicks you out of the press conference and says, let's get ready for Notre Dame.
Let's go.
Come, we'll wait.
We'll get that on the way back.
We're rolling along. Midday with Marcus Maben, 8150. 93.9 is the number on 93.9 The Ville.
Operated serving the greater Kentuckiana area since 1972. Why Globe Auto Sales? Well, the answer is simple. The staff at Globe Auto Sales focuses entirely on the quality buying experience, not the high-pressured sales pitch you get at other places. So while you're thinking about it, stop by Globe Auto Sales located at 5705 Bardstown Road. Check out their inventory at Globe Autos online. Oh, and be sure to tell them you're a friend of 93.9 The Ville.
This is Marcus Maven, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville from the OPC Services Studio.
Middays with Marcus Maben on 93.9 The Ville is broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services Studio. Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Midday with Marcus Maben, 8150. 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. People, it is my job to pass along this message. Women's basketball season opener tonight. What time is it, Brian? 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. I just want to make sure it's Miami of Ohio. You want to see your women's basketball team. If it's a feather in your cap, make sure you get out. Even if it's just for opening night, get out for opening night. Make it a raucous crowd. Make it an ESPN, highlight worthy crowd, because something will go down. You have one of the top players in the nation. It's just like my Lamar Jackson thing. I'm tired of you having, number one players on your seat and acting like you're too good to go out and check them out. You brag about it, you go check it out.
They did take a tough loss though. The transfer from Pittsburgh, out for the season with the torn ACL.
Mike Hines Allen replacement.
Yeah,
that one sucks.
That hurt. But they still got a squad, man. So still gonna take care of business. Today though, it's Monday, which around here is Taco Monday. So Wild Rita's, shout out to Wild Rita's, bringing in lunch today. When it comes to great food, good value, Wild Rita's is your first choice for happy hour. They got $4 Casaritas, half-price tacos and quesadillas from Monday through Friday from 4 to 7. $1 drafts in the bar area before each U of L men's home game. And then tonight, before the women's U of L game against the Miami Redhawks, Mark Ennis will be broadcasting from there live until 6 o'clock. Stop and say hi on your way to the game. It's an excellent downtown location. Tonight, okay. Yeah. Excellent location down by the Yum Center on East Market with free parking, by the way. So visit www.wildreaders.com. Check out everything they have to offer.
Now, before I move on to the basketball conversation, there's one more little miniature subject that we're going to have to clean up.
Okay.
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Is it time to start getting that Lamar Jackson good feeling? Or are we still, damn, you're not quite ready for that stuff, Lamar?
Well, he's 2-0.
He is 2-0.
I mean, yeah, now, granted, I know there was the Bengals. Which the Bengals are a good team, believe it or not, this year. I mean, they're a decent team.
Even the way Baker tore them up.
Yeah, they were a decent team.
It was all Nick Chubb.
Yeah. So I hold back good. But no, I think so. I think he's doing his thing right now, man.
It was like the third quarter. It only rushed one time.
I know. You set him on the bench. At this point, they may set that stadium on fire. At this point.
I envy the Baltimore fan.
Now look, he's going to take a couple losses.
Baker was cold when he with that attempted handshake.
No, yeah, I don't know, whatever. I think he's a lot of fake juice. So
Baker
Mayfield.
Oh, I'm glad you said that because he is.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think you do stuff like that just so because you just won. Now you can go to a press conference and you can say, "Well, I don't like how he went to the interdivision." Dude, he's fired. Forget you, man. Like, who cares? Oh, did that hurt your feelings, Baker? Oh,
How awkward was that? When it's just like, dude.
Oh, I'm sorry that he went to your rival.
And that's
he just got fired.
You know what? That's a violation to not bro hug too. Just to, that was kind of
forget you, man. And then I mean, because the other people on that team, I mean, the DB gets the pick, kind of goes over and slaps him on the head, gives him the ball, and you could tell Hugh Jackson was kind of like, all right, let's not make it awkward,
right?
But yeah, thank you. But so dude, Baker, shut up.
Yeah, like I said, I was gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, but then when I saw it again, I'm just like, dude, it was very jerky.
He had a plan there. He had a plan.
Yeah.
He knew when they were up. He knew, hey, I'm going to shake his hand. I'm going to be cold, so that way I can go into the press conference and be like, well, I didn't like how he did that. Well, cool.
Lamar Jackson.
But Lamar, man, look,
I'm envious of the Baltimore Ravens fan base who they're getting to see the infancy of Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, and look, he's making plays.
When they made a point not to have him run, I was like, see.
Yeah,
told y'all.
How about the bootleg he scored on and finds the kid in the U of L jersey?
I know.
And hands it up.
I know. Do people not see this kind of stuff?
Yeah, that's big, man. No, look, he's going to lose some games if he can.
That's why you throw L's down.
Yes,
because those Louisville dudes. I'm sick of Donovan Mitchell always giving props to Louisville. Why is the dude always talking about? Why do all those Louisville guys?
Yeah.
Even under scandal, they're always talking about how much they love Louisville.
Yeah.
I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
L's down.
No, that's fair. Absolutely.
Donovan, hey, press conference, hey, I got to work. I got to go watch my Louisville team.
I know.
Like, yeah, Donovan, you had 46 points and 10 rebounds. Yeah, but Louisville's playing. I got to go, man. Like,
I know.
Anything else?
Right.
Lamar Jackson, like, yeah, man, just my team lost, man. Like, what do you want to know? Lamar, you just beat the Raiders. Yeah, but Louisville's looking bad.
I know.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, listen, I need to worry about Donovan Mitchell's out here tweeting at Jeff Brown.
He is. Yeah. He's posting GIFs to Jeff Brom. Like, hey,
right?
What's up, man?
Whose teams is doing that in the pros?
Nobody. Miami, maybe.
Yeah.
Miami's
dudes. They take it personal.
Yeah, they do take it real personal.
Seton Hall just beat Miami.
Did they? I didn't see that. I ain't gonna.
Brian,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I got lost in the college basketball after Friday night.
Seton, I know. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Seton Hall, Miami.
I watched the game last night.
What'd you think about it?
I mean, it was a back and forth game.
Seton Hall's good.
It was a good game to watch. Both teams are good. I mean, Miami was 5-0, and Seton Hall pretty much had control the whole end of the game.
I don't need that in my life.
Nah, you got to come away from this week with a win, man.
They got this guy named Miles Powell. He averages about 26 points a game.
Fair enough.
Oh yeah.
I'm nervous.
Well, I'm not thinking too much.
Are we gonna talk about this Marquette situation or what?
Yeah, I mean,
we haven't been on the air to talk about it.
No, we haven't. Yeah.
Chris Mack didn't get a technical foul.
No, he did. I mean, he probably should have, but I don't think he even realized though in the game.
At the time, right?
But here's the deal.
I know he realized he was getting the short end of the whistle every single time.
He did.
Every single time, but
no, and we can tell
systematically.
We know for a fact that somebody took notice because that was bad.
Repeat that.
Yeah,
with a little more clarity so people know.
Yeah, I mean, you'll have to trust us on this one when we tell you we know for a 100% fact
that the antennas are up.
That there's people that have taken notice of these calls are bad.
Right.
Why?
Right.
Yeah.
And listen, people, like you can go as high as a Jay Billis.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I mean, we're not saying who, but we're saying when you have Jay Billis particularly saying, hey, I don't know what's going on here, but I'm watching too many things happen for the first time with this Louisville team.
Yeah.
Right? When you have them actually having conversations with, hey, let's talk to a commissioner here. Let's talk to, let's talk about this. How good does that look? Number 11. Okay, let's just do that. You know what? I don't even want this dirty Marquette energy on me right now, right?
I mean, I'll say it. If y'all don't find a way to get out to the freaking Yum Center on Tuesday night, man. I never do that with the fan thing.
Yeah. You never want to pass judgment on a fan base. Listen, you can afford it.
No, I saw a tweet earlier. Ty Yates, who's usually usually on Twitter. You guys are on Twitter. You probably know who he is.
Get your ticket right now.
They're talking about they're going to actually lower the prices to get all these tickets sold. This is a game where it should feel like, again,
it should be disgusting.
Yes, this should be a raucous.
Do you realize tomorrow night is Chris Mack's official opening game?
Absolutely.
At Louisville.
Absolutely. I agree with that 100%.
Repeat. Tomorrow night is Chris Mack's official opening game. Why do you say this, Marcus? He's already played games. Here's the thing. If Chris Mack sent out a team against Tennessee that got boat raced, if Chris Mack loses to Vermont or needs a buzzer beater to beat Vermont, if Chris Mack doesn't have Stephen Enoch out here looking like whatever and having Jordan Warrer looking like whatever and Darius Perry pulling dribble, drive, penetration, step back, three-pointers to win the game.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If Chris Mack didn't show you all this stuff that he's shown you, it would be another, let's go see Michigan State. No. You're at the point. Chris Mack said it about his player, and now the fans and you and I in particular are saying this about you. What you did after the first game, you said, Malik Williams has shown me something he's been hiding. Right?
Right.
Basically, he told on himself. Chris Mack, you told on yourself.
Uh-huh.
Dino, Bagese, Luke, y'all told on yourself up in New York. You told on yourself in Vermont. You told on yourself against Tennessee. That Marquette team, while a tough loss in a winnable game, is a team.
Yes.
That's a fully functional, fully developed, can make a tournament run and tournament just like anybody that is in the top 20. That Marquette team, right?
Yes.
You showed us that if Marquette had a different jersey name on it, you would have beat them.
Yeah.
I think young Louisville player did not respect the Marquette name.
Right.
Like they did the Tennessee or Kansas name.
Sure.
They knew they couldn't. They knew they had to come out focused against Bellarmine. You got the energy about Vermont. You know you had to take that game serious, right? Marquette, you're coming off a good performance against Tennessee. You feel like you're in control. You're obviously in control.
You were in
This
control.
team.
Yeah.
The entire game.
Yeah.
You lost respect for the Marquette game.
No, you blew it.
Yes, you blew it.
You blew it down the stretch.
Right.
Yeah.
But my thing is, what you showed, the product you have shown in 5 games or 6 games or whatever, the product you've shown says, no, coach, you don't get this loss.
Yeah.
We've seen Michigan State play. We've seen Kansas play. We've seen Tennessee play. We've seen North Carolina get busted. We know you can put a team. If you get your team focused, it should be every game should come down to 1 or 2 plays if you don't blow them out.
Right.
You should never get busted.
No.
And if you get busted, it means there was something psychological that you didn't get the message to the team, right?
Yes.
We know you can't do anything about a VJ King missed layup at the end. Like, there's nothing you can do about that.
Right.
Right? But here's the thing. We know that you can get the attitude of the team playing hard, rebounding hard. Like, they have to learn things. Like, we see the difference between Malik Williams not knowing how to stop Williams from Tennessee.
Yeah.
We see the difference in that. And the fans see it. Boy, fan, you show up at Michigan State with full expectations of Mac does not lose in the Yum Center.
Yep.
I don't care. Like, this team, Tennessee energy beats Michigan State.
Yeah. 100%. I think so, man. And look, and Michigan State now is coming off a weekend where they beat UCLA, top 20 team, beat Texas, who beat North Carolina to get there. This is Tom Izzo. This is Michigan State. This is where we have to almost, and I'm not knocking a fan here. I'm saying we all have to almost recalibrate our brains to it's big time basketball again.
You don't look, I don't care about that green and white Michigan State. Mac has enough talent to beat anybody.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I think for so many years we were, okay, Rick, you got the squad. Izzo and them are coming in. Because, I mean, look, we got comfortable saying, look, when Izzo comes in, it's going to be packed. When these guys come in, it's going to be packed. These. Well, this is almost like we almost have PTSD a little bit like, well, yeah, Izzo's coming in, but we ain't got nothing to play for. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, we do. Yes, we do have something to play for.
Yes.
We are back to – we have a number one recruiting class coming in next year, and we got a team who's showing they're most likely going to be a tournament team. Like, this is a team that can play.
They can be a tournament team. Or they can get into a spiral and they can blow it.
Yes, but, I mean, I think that there's enough here to now say this is the first game in the Yum Center since – what was the?
Yeah, it feels like 2 or 3 years.
What was the biggest game
up in Michigan?
That Donovan and them maybe played at home that year. I don't know. I mean, but this is the first.
Like Indiana when Donovan was getting.
This is Big Ten ESP or Big Ten ACC Challenge. I mean, this is a game where I will be disappointed. Look, this is a game where my family. Look, and you can't say, "Oh, Steve, you got a media pass." I bought 4 tickets for my family to go. Like, I mean, this is a game where you say this should be one that the crowd is there and rocking and there. And look, we don't have a problem getting there early so much in basketball.
Actually, the pregame show, we're going to start that right after Mark's show goes off air. Game's at 7:30. We're starting at 6 o'clock.
Yeah. So
I am.
Yes.
You can come if you want.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
I will. Here's the thing, and I'll do this right now. You've texted me about it. You've asked me about it. What's the scene like? Al J's is going to be the spot right over at Galt House. The parking is, maybe $10 at the most over there. It might be cheaper, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's warm in there. There's plenty of seating. We're going to have a full pregame. I'm going back over there afterwards, but you get the point. Like, afterwards, it doesn't even matter. What I'm saying, get early. Like, start your day assuming that you're not going to be in your house at 5 o'clock.
Crumb's Revenge real quick. I do want to say this. Hit it right on the head. The UNC game. Before the news.
Yes. That was the game right before the news
That's
good job.
Yeah, well done, Mike. Right. Yeah. That is probably the last time that I felt like I went to the Yum Center and said, this
with a tournament. I need this. I need this for seeding. I need this for national respect. I need this. I need to send a beacon to the world to let them know.
Yes,
we are here. We got.
And you know what we did?
Don't start doing that.
We beat them. And you know what will happen if this crowd shows up against this Michigan State team? I've been saying it for 2 weeks. I think you'll beat them. I really do.
The crowd can be the difference.
Yes. Like, I hope people show up for this one, man.
And people should know you can run a team. And listen to who's saying this to you. This is not get hype guy. Crowd blows out North Carolina in 98. You know what I'm saying? Crowd blows out teams. You will freak a team out. I don't care how good they are.
Yeah.
You freak out a team when you have savage level of fan in there.
Absolutely.
Like I'm telling you, a turnover and a roar, you're like, Jesus, these people are going crazy.
And listen, here's the deal. A lot of times we like to jump on the student section, right? We'll say, the fans will say, we'll all.
Oh, we need we need to.
Well, the student section is doing a prep rally or pep rally before the game at O'Shea's. Right over there. So
yeah, but they got nothing on Al-J, so whatever.
Well, sure, no, but I mean, but the point is, man,
they're putting together.
They're doing their part. Like, we need to do our part, man. In this play, and I'm saying I believe it will. I really do. I believe it's going to be an awesome crowd, man. I think people are going to get out. People are going to be at this game.
You just got to get out early. Like I'm saying, get out your house early. Like, don't, because I don't want to be on my pregame show and somebody tells me there's a traffic jam and you can't, you're going to be late showing up to the arena. This is not 6 minutes into the game, it just starts getting loud type of game.
Yeah.
This is the first major at home. Welcome to Big Boy Basketball, Coach Mack. Welcome, coaching staff.
Right.
Darius, listen. We know you had it difficult last year.
Yeah.
You're not cute Darius anymore.
No.
Little energy Darius. D up, Darius.
Yes.
You right?
Yeah.
Come on, Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Pass the ball.
Yeah.
Hit the shot. Malik, you got to dunk that.
Yes.
Malik's learning how to jump. I mean, it was the right move, Steve, but it didn't go in. Dunk the ball. Let's go.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Technical fouls.
You need this one, man.
Like real deal super energy. Jason from Tampa, thanks for joining us on Midday with Marcus Mabel. What's on your mind?
Love y'all. Good to talk to you again. I'll tell you what, Andy called in earlier talking about Brent Venables, and honestly, he's got a point there. Now, I know Andy and my buddy Craig. They were talking last night, and I can't tell you the things they were saying that they would do to get Brent Venables. So, a little careful there. But one thing I want to say is, man, it was bad enough we got our heads cracked Saturday. It was even worse the way we were doing it. And then, to tune in to 93.9 The Ville after that game and have to listen to that guy, that Kentucky fan, and listen to Terry Wilson as our football season ended, that was the ultimate slap in the face. It was horrible.
Jason, man, I appreciate it.
Appreciate it, man.
I'm terrible at my job.
Thanks for listening.
I am terrible at my job.
What?
Oh, my God.
What's going on here?
We're talking about Michigan State and the number 11 team in the country, and I am pouring out all my energy and all my passion.
They'll be top 10 today when the rankings come.
Michigan State?
Yeah. They'll move up. 7. Yeah. I think so.
Oh, I'm so mad at Andy. Right? Like Andy just reversed. Like you ever hear those stories about how, not stories, I mean, I guess it's science. One day the Earth's poles are going to shift.
Uh-huh.
South becomes north, north becomes south, right?
No, I haven't heard that.
Okay, well, eventually it'll happen.
Well, that's terrifying.
Yeah, it's the reverse polarization of the planet,
Okay.
So it's going to happen, right? That's what Andy just did to me. Like, so, some people say it'll happen in a million years, and some people say 10 million, and then people say it's all the same, what is it, 1 or 2, whatever, right?
Yeah.
He just reversed my entire magnetic field by talking about how terrible 93.9 was to listen after the Kentucky loss and how terrible it was. Quick commercial break. Midday with Marcus Mabin, 8150.
Was terrible.
93.9 his number on 93.9 The Ville.
Chances are you
Middays with Marcus Maben on 93.9 The Ville is broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services studio. Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. It's Midday with Marcus Maben, 8150. 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. People, again, Wild Rita's is bringing lunch today when it comes to great food and good value. Wild Rita's is the first choice for happy hour. $4 quesadillas, 1/2 price tacos, and quesadillas from 4 to 7 Monday through Friday. Dollar Draft beers before each U of L men's home game. So it's the perfect place to go pregame before the women's U of L game tonight against the Miami Redhawks. Mark Ennis will be broadcasting live until 6. Stop by and say hi or on your way to the game. Excellent downtown location, close to the Yum Center. You know that's important for me. East Market with free parking. Visit www.wildritas.com to check out everything they have to offer. Again, people, tomorrow I will be kicking off the pregame from Al J's in the Galt House. If you're curious about it, stop by. Just swing through. It is connected right to the Yum Center lobby. You know that's important for me to get from the hotel to my seat in about 6 minutes, roughly. Doesn't that sound appealing? Doesn't that sound like somewhere you want to be? Nice. Listen, and people, don't be ashamed to just chill over there during the game. Like, it's okay. Get over there. Come hang out with me for the pregame. I'm really, really excited about it. But here's the thing. I'll get to, I want to bring up kind of a community vibe question about basketball. Everybody get prepared to call in. 8150 93.9 is the number. 3831 93.9 is the text line. Jeff, thanks for joining us on 93.9. What's on your mind?
Are you all with me? Am I on?
Yeah,
yes,
absolutely.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Hey, Steve, I was the last call Friday night.
Yeah.
I called, and I was so mad. I was so mad that I lost the train of thought, and thank God you helped me out a little bit when I said, where am I going? Where am I going? And you kind of helped me out a little bit, Steve.
No problem, man.
I was so upset with Patty Ice. And Marcus, I'm hoping, and I'd like to stay on here for a little while because I got a few things to say, but I'm hoping, Marcus, that doesn't happen. I'm hoping this guy's never on again.
Jeff, you can't be bashing my coworkers, man. I mean, we all got our tastes.
Oh, my gosh, Marcus. I was wanting you and Steve to be on, especially after that game, and after we got rooked. And to hear this guy talk, this guy is either a UK fan or a U of L hater. I mean, for the comments that he made was just ridiculous. I was sitting there listening to Steve, and everything he was saying was like, yes, yes, yes. And then they would go to this guy, and this guy would be like, well, Louisville blew it. Louisville should have won it. Louisville did all. You're like, are you kidding me?
He may be a bit of a contrarian. Everybody's kind of built a little different.
Oh, my God. I'm just hoping, Marcus, he's not on there anymore, really, because –
Come on, Jeff. You're going to get us all fired, Jeff. Come on now.
Well, y'all were talking –
Is he talking about Patty?
They got off the air and let UK get on there after that football game. Well, I felt the same way about almost letting Steve on there by himself with someone else, like a UK fan or whatever. But, Marcus, and I want to hear you talk about this too, because I know Steve was adamant on it Friday night. But, I mean, I got like 7 plays that actually went against us that even Billis would sit there and was talking about how wrong it was and everything. And if I could kind of go over a few of them, and if you want me to stop, just say stop. But
listen, I'm sure I'm going to remember them anyway. So yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Well, the 3-pointer that we were given a 2-pointer for, and they never went back and reviewed that. I mean, I've never seen since I've been watching that they don't go back and review a shot to see if it was the next dead ball to see if it was a 3-pointer or not. And I'm under the understanding that I believe the Associate Athletics Director, Kenny Klein, said something to them, and they still wouldn't do it. And then the elbow to McMahon's face, and they were going to go check see if it was a flagrant 1 or a flagrant 2, and they came back and took the foul just totally away. And I officiate, and I talked to other, I called officials. I said, "What is it?" They said, they've never seen that before. You go over to see if it's a flagrant 1 or flagrant 2. You don't go over to change the call. And even Billis was dumbfounded by it, but then they would say, well, that's the new rule or something. And you're like, how many new rules do they have this year? But then the kid would go in the lane and just push off to get separation, to get his shot off, no call. And he did it like 2 or 3 times right there. And even Bills was like, that's definitely, that's a foul. That's a push-off. You can't do that. And then they called a charge on Perry going to baseline when he let go of the ball and hit a wide open. I believe McMahon was in the corner for a wide open 3.
Yeah.
And the kid slid down, and he was moving. Besides moving, I don't know if that boundary underneath that basket takes an effect on a play like that, but he was in that boundary. You know what I'm talking about?
He the charge circle. He was jumping and moving simultaneously.
Right, and so that was called. So that took points away from us there. And the foul on B.J. King at the top, the phantom foul on B.J. King at the top of the key, and it just so happened the phantom foul was given to a 90% free throw shooter, Hard, who'd already been shooting. It seemed like every time you turn around, him and 2 white guys, they got up there and shot all their free throws towards the end, and they didn't miss, But it just so happened those were the guys that were putting on the line. It just so happened he got up there. But the one that guy drove in for Marquette, and he drove in for a shot, and he shot the ball. And it was a delayed reaction by the referees. Like he was watching, and when he didn't go in, he blew his whistle and called a foul on Louisville to give the guy 2 shots. And you're sitting there going, are you kidding me? I mean, it's such a delayed reaction. And then, now I'm not getting the games mixed up. Wasn't it the 2 players from Marquette ran into each other and fell down, and we were taking off down the court for it, or was that?
No, that was Tennessee.
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm just dumbfounded. I like if you could kind of go over that, Marcus. I mean, have you ever seen any of this stuff before? And you all said something that there's people that's looking at this. I sure hope there are, because it's not fair to our kids that they're because we never gave up, even though all these things happened. We still had a chance to win this game at the end with all this getting taken away. And for somebody like Patty Ice to sit there and say, well, those calls, you're going to have that or whatever. Kentucky shoots 50 free throws, and their team shoots 12, and they're complaining about a call or 2 by the 12 shots, the free throws the other team shot. I'm just dumbfounded by it. If y'all can talk about it, Steve, I'm still upset about it, and I love you, man, and thanks for fighting for us Friday night.
Appreciate it, man.
Y'all take care.
Yes, sir.
Listen,
the Jeff Patty Ice feud is real.
I was listening to it.
It's real, dude.
That was fun. But again, I mean, you get it. Like if you get used to listening,
I kind of take the blame for that though,
because letting it go.
Well, no, because look, if I'm doing post games, I'm emotional. Okay, and the post games
people are used to hearing a bit of unbridled emotion.
I'm gonna be I'm angry or I'm really happy, and I think that when you tune in, and then it's not someone there to calm you down, it's me who's screaming into the microphone, punching walls. I think look, and then when somebody kind of comes in and they're like, well, it is. It's like, yeah. But I don't really want to hear that right now.
Yeah, and Jeff kind of got an example of what it's like to work with with different minded people. Mm-hmm. Like he heard firsthand. Because here's the thing. This is always my problem when you say, oh, they're gonna lose, because you're always gonna eventually be right. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And like a Patty Ice perspective is everybody sucks. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna be right more. On that conversation. Here's the thing. Let me rephrase that. There's always something you could have did right to win the game, right?
Yeah.
So you're basically saying you can't complain about anything that took place because you didn't shoot 100% from field, you didn't shoot 100% from the free throw line, and you didn't, there's always something that you didn't do right. But here's the thing: if seven bad calls, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yes, you got some good calls, but again, it wasn't just fans who were saying that, Steve.
Right.
It wasn't just Louisville supporters, and you heard it. Like anybody who disagrees about Louisville being able to complain, right?
Yeah.
What are you gonna say? Jay Billis is a Louisville fan too?
Yes. Well, you say this all the time, and this was my point kind of Friday when we were having the conversation. You can say, yeah, they should have did other stuff. Well, I agree. There were plays that should have been made. And then you can say, well, yeah, but if that is counted a 3, the game's played different.
Right.
Cool. But I can also say the way you called the game
keep going.
Changed the way Louisville played.
It
changed why Darius Perry's coming down the court and decides, I'm better off making a move here and
a
stepping
back move. I'm not going to the basket because they're going to call charge again.
They're either going to call a charge or I'm going to get grabbed.
And I'm going to miss the shot.
And I'm going to miss the shot so I can, boom, step back. I got an open look.
And I'm in control of the result.
Yes. So it changes the way you play.
Your defense.
Yeah.
You can't stop penetration. If a guy dribbles and pushes off on me and gets that call,
yes,
I change the way I play defense.
Because I step back more. Because I try to avoid the push off, and what I do is he gets an open look.
When I play defense and coach keeps telling me to put my hands, show the referees my hands, right?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. You lose balance when your hands are up in the air. The reason people don't put their hands in the air all the time and wave them around, because you don't have the same level of balance.
No.
If you could put that left hand on somebody's hip and kind of control them a little bit, it makes you a 30% better defensive player.
Absolutely.
Because you got a little bump to you. But if I keep on getting a foul call on that one, like Jeff said, if I keep on getting that called, now I lose. I have to slow myself down, and I just have to keep my hands up in the air and let them. And I've been shutting this Howard kid down all day long.
Yeah.
You give him 6 free throws. Now he's hot.
I want to say this, and I hope it comes across right. If you let me use the bottom half of my forearm, and I mean this, Steve Rummage, I can guard.
At your current age.
I can guard 70% more of the people than I can that I shouldn't be able to guard. 70% of people that I shouldn't be able to guard, I could guard if you give me the bottom half of my forearm.
Conversely, if I can push off,
yeah,
I'm going to waste you
all day. I'm going to get my body into you, and I'm going to
my body and my arm. I'm going to make sure I got 3 feet of separation on every shot.
Yeah.
People, what you saw in those ticky-tack fouls is how you control the game. I'm not even going to say anything about any I'm not going to bring up the idea that referees watch TV too.
Yeah.
Referees been watching the news for the last year or two.
Uh-huh.
Every time we complained about Rick Pitino and Louisville and using a red Louisville background and basketball and FBI scandal. And remember how I talked about this is all still getting pinned on Louisville until a month ago.
Yeah.
This was all Louisville until a month ago. These referees, what do you think they do when they go home? They watch SportsCenter.
Absolutely.
They're basketball fans.
They go to Al J's and watch SportsCenter. We know that for a fact.
We know that for a fact.
Yeah, I'm glad it wasn't.
Referees come into Al J's to watch a game.
There's no way. I couldn't have done that.
So you get my point.
Yeah.
So listen, I don't even have to go conspiracy theory with all that stuff.
I know.
What I'm saying is a complaint about officiating against Louisville, we're more than comfortable making that complaint.
Fair enough. Yeah.
And at the same time, I'm more than comfortable saying, VJ, you got to hit that bucket.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm more than comfortable saying, Darius, let's get back to work on that step back. Let's get back to work.
Yeah.
That was a killer step back.
It looked good. It was a good shot.
You got to hit it.
Yeah, I thought you got a good shot.
And I will say this, Jeff. I was writing down the points you were making.
And he shot it early.
Yeah.
It was important.
Yeah, perfect time when you shot it.
Yeah.
I will say on the step back, I almost tried to give the referee a pass if it would have been by itself. Because that step back is a stupid travel in our, from what we grew up playing, that's a travel. It's no longer a travel. That's a hard peripheral shot to see, right?
Yes.
But you still had enough to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
You got to go to the scores table. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, yeah.
You're right there. Like your professionalism, you have to get fined. You have to get your $3,500 paycheck docked or something.
Well, you just can't miss it. You can't miss it. I'm sorry. If you got a guy on the baseline looking
the Darius Perry
job,
the Darius Perry charge rule, you
can't miss that.
You cannot convince me that the Darius Perry charge was not something subconscious.
Yeah.
The missed charge, or push off.
Yep.
If you call that charge on Darius, there's no way you don't call the charge on Quan 4. because your eyeballs are already adjusted for the charge call.
Absolutely.
You called enough charges in the game that I know you're looking to call charge.
Well, and the problem with the Ryan McMahon thing was the explanation. The explanation was he was in the lane or in the circle. He was 1.5 foot out of the circle. How did we get?
Not to mention, what did we say?
And it should have been a foul on Ryan.
And you and I sat over there. And
if you were going to change it.
Every time we get a good call, right? Or every time we get a bad call and then we get a good call on the next play, you and I are the first to say, those referees gave us a makeup call on that one.
Yeah.
You know as well as I do, when you miss a call, you give us a makeup. You call that foul, you give us the ball, and then you call something on us, as a makeup. If we go down there and get physical, you call another foul.
Sure, happens all the time.
Referees do it all the time. It's standard operating procedure.
I was doing chains yesterday for
oh my God.
Or Saturday.
Speaking of cheating refs.
Speaking of cheating, and I'm talking to the referee, and there's one of the referees. He said something to one of the other coaches and stuff, and the referee looks at me and he says, "Boy," he said, "you don't want to mess with him." He said, I've watched him hurt some teams." Yeah. That's the game, man. I get it. I'm okay with that. I get that. But Louisville's done nothing.
Yeah, I can't be on the bad end of bad attitude referees. They're going to show Louisville.
But if coach is screaming, if Max, y'all suck, y'all doing this, just screaming, yelling. All right, yeah. Well, you know what? They showed you. I saw it happen. It happens. But none of that happened the other night.
There was no makeup to it. Eric, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Hey, guys. Well, I love listening to the show, but you all basically talked about everything that I was going to mention in this game. And so I guess what I'll say is that, Steve, I love having you doing the post-game show for basketball because you're just a pure fan. That's all you are. And so you get on there, and you're angry just like we're angry. You're, into it, passionate, just like we're into it and passionate. So I truly, truly love just listening to you on the post-game show, win or lose, because you are a pulse of the Louisville fan base, and it's awesome to be able to listen to someone like that. And like they said, when the football game, when it was over and having to listen to those Kentucky guys, I just turned it off. I couldn't do it. I couldn't listen to it. And I listened to ESPN Louisville literally all day long, but I couldn't do it. It was just like, not after the Kentucky game, not after all that. But, guys, I'm just hoping I'm going to get me some tickets today to go to the Michigan State game tomorrow. And, Marcus, I'm going to try to meet you maybe at LJ's because you still owe me a double shot of bourbon with Coke from a long time ago.
No problem at all.
And I still have not collected. So I'm going to try to come down there tomorrow if I can and collect on that. Yeah, but you guys are awesome. Let's pack the house for Michigan State. And let's get this victory tomorrow night, guys.
Listen, Eric, I appreciate the call. That's an actual absolute fact, and I will have no problem throwing in that double bourbon. Brian Hall. It's been a fun day. It was a quick day. It was fast. People, get out your winter clothes. Get out your nice boots. Get out your mink coats. Get out whatever you do to deal with this cold. Because listen, it's going to be here for a while. I don't want to hear no complaining. No, it's cold. It's colder in Michigan State.
You're going to hurt my feelings if you don't show up tomorrow.
I know.
They will, though. Know. They will. It's going to be a good crowd, man. I can't wait.
People
and one of our good friends is calling the game. You got to get out there.
Are we going to talk about Dan Dockage being at the game? If you don't show up, you talk all that crap about Dan Dockage, you better be there.
Because we sat right next to him. So
you better be there, people.
I'll be doing my part.
As always, Bill Edscorns and Sons Collision Center, keep us rolling. Globe Auto, no pun intended, they keep us rolling. Jill Blessing or Becky Bling, well, they keep us warm. Caliber Home Loans, Keller Williams, they keep us warm. Windows Plus. You would have wished you should have got those windows already, but you definitely need to get them now. Insulate your house with some new windows from Windows Plus, people. Losing all that money to LG&E. We're getting to the countdown. It's time for some real basketball. Michigan State's tomorrow. Go check out the women tonight if you can. 8150-939 is always the number. 3831-939 is always the text line. 10 and 12 is always the time. We are made for the Ville YouTube channel 939. The Ville.